Hello, world. I hope you beautiful people are ready for me this morning. Good morning. I am the sports judge. Welcome back. The Broncos benching quarterback Russell Wilson for the final two games is more than just a financial flexibility for the offseason. It's more than just that. There is obvious tension. There is a rift between the coach and quarterback. The clip showing Sean Payton chewing out Russell Wilson was the writing on the wall. Sean has a very large ego, and a person with a strong ego can be very difficult to work with. Egos can easily take over. It's obvious. It's obvious that the quarterback and the coach don't get along. It's evident that those two are not on the same page. It's clear that there is an ongoing feud. Peyton is the bigger problem here. And when you have a coach who who is more worried about placing blame, and when you have a coach who doesn't take accountability and doesn't pause or stop to take a look at himself and say, you know what? Maybe I'm the issue here. Maybe I'm the real issue. This is what occurs. Your quarterback becomes the culprit while the coach plays victim. Example of you slandering your franchise quarterback. Here's a good example right here. And as Sean Payton inherited a roster with many of the same problems as the one he left behind, we ask, is he really cut out for this? I mean, those are the questions I have now. Remember, in New Orleans, for most of his tenure, he was fortunate to have an elite quarterback in Drew Brees. Here's a bold take for you guys. I'm starting to think Sean Payton was a worse mistake than trading for Russell Wilson. The common denominator in a whole lot of bad is Sean Payton. And what's funny is that he still finds a way to publicly embarrass Wilson with his play calling designs. This coach has continued to do the same dumb shit all year in terms of play calling and situational football. And yet, you're benching your quarterback? You decide to bench Russell Wilson? Bench yourself, coach. Hand over the play calling duties, because there have been far too many times that you have looked like an idiot. You haven't looked like a genius. You look more like an idiot. Not challenging the obvious touchdown was on Peyton. That wasn't on Russell Wilson. Sean Payton was Wilson's biggest enemy. He embarrassed him in the media, on the sideline, and every chance he got. After a long year of showing the locker room that Russ was never his guy, he benched him despite his improved play of late. This is a quarterback taking the brunt of the blame. That's all it is, folks. And no, he hasn't always been very good this season. But it's more than just his performance. It's him or Peyton. And the fact that this is not going to work out, Peyton has decided to dump Russell Wilson. This partnership is not going to work moving forward. Wilson has been a disappointment. He's obviously not Sean Payton's guy. The writing is on the wall. It's clear as day. When your coach is yelling at the quarterback, it's a sign of bad things to come. I almost saw this coming. And since the moment Sean Payton became the head coach of the Denver Broncos, he has been doing Russell Wilson dirty. So it's not surprising to see that this is how it's coming to an end. Not once has he shown him the respect he has earned as a Super Bowl winning quarterback, or the respect you show to a quarterback, to your franchise quarterback, right? I mean, the Denver Broncos basically mortgaged their future. They gave up a lot of draft capital to get Russell Wilson. And it hasn't panned out. I mean, this is an ugly ending for Russell Wilson. You know, and it's crazy to me that you have a coach that's painting this man as the bad guy, right? Now he's getting labeled the bad guy in all of this, right? Well, how about you hold yourself accountable, Sean Payton? You know, Sean Payton doesn't want to admit his flaws. You see, he has a hard time with that because he has a bloated ego. You know, it's not what Russell Wilson is doing well, it's what he's doing bad. Because you're putting him in bad situations. And to me, he has played a lot better in recent weeks. You know, he has looked like this re-emerging quarterback. I mean, you've seen signs of him improving, but when you have a coach that obviously doesn't like the quarterback, then you're gonna have these problems, right? And that's what we're seeing here. I mean, it's a dark ending to this story, and it just feels like we're about to close the book to the final chapter on Russell Wilson's days in Denver. This is the end. It's ugly. And I mean, you know what? I don't think Sean Payton was a great hire. I think Sean Payton was not the right fit for the Denver Broncos. Maybe he could have gone someplace else, but I don't think Denver was the right fit for him. It is showing. And Russell Wilson has been under attack all season by this coach. You know, Russell Wilson can't do anything right without this coach being in his ear, yelling at him, harassing him over on the sideline, embarrassing him on national TV. I mean, it was constant drama week in and week out with these two. And you know, Russell Wilson just took it like a man. You know, he took the high road. He was the bigger man in all of it. He'll just stand there and let Sean Payton say what he have to say and not really say much back, because he's a calm, you know, even killed type guy. He doesn't really get into confrontation or really go back and forth with you. But like I said before, if that was me, oh no, you're not talking to me like that. We're going back and forth. There's gonna be some talk back. Okay, look. I'm gonna go back at you like you going at me. If you're shouting at me, I'm gonna shout back at you. I'm gonna show you the same level of respect that you show me. However you treat me, I'm gonna treat you the same way. I mean, that's how I was taught. You know what I'm saying? But it's not surprising that Russell Wilson has been sent to the bench. It's not. This was gonna get worse before it was gonna get better, because there's obviously some dislike there. There's obviously, you know, a lot of locker room tension. There's a lot of chaos in that locker room, and we knew about this early in the year, right? The lack of chemistry, the toxic culture and the environment, and a lot of it has to do with their coach, because their coach just doesn't take accountability, you know. And I don't expect him to take accountability, because he's not going to do that. None of this is his fault. It's everybody else's fault. It's the quarterback's fault. You know, it's the offensive coordinator's fault. It's the defensive coordinator's fault. It's anybody's fault but his. You know, and as long as Sean Payton's the head coach, I don't think the Denver Broncos are going to improve that much. I don't think we're going to see this culture shift for the better. I don't think that's going to happen with Sean Payton as the head coach. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really, really appreciate the love and support. It's been real. I'm checking out of here now. I got to go. I know it's bright and early here in Southern California. It's only 6:02 in the morning. But I got some things to do real quick this morning. We'll talk very soon. See you guys later. Don't forget to do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate y'all. Take care.